Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. I'm Bonnie Low-Kramen. I'm your host of Heads Together. It is Wednesday, July 14th, 2021, and I'm here with my assistant, Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Bonnie. Happy birthday!
Thank you so much. Yes, Wednesday, July 14th this year. It is my birthday, and I thank you for putting up all the balloons. It looks so festive. It's so funny that, when we're little kids, we make such a big deal out of birthdays. And then as we get older, it's questionable how big a deal you want to make about birthdays. But, I got a message from someone on LinkedIn today saying, I can't believe it's your birthday and you're going to do Heads Together. And I'm like, absolutely. Why wouldn't I want to come on the show with you, Jen? And look at this. We already have Lynn and Dusty and Denise and Bree here, and Cheryl Flightman. Hi. This is an international party. Why would I not want to have an international party where I don't have to cook? And
Yes.
all of you are here, so we can talk about anything you want. Jen and I were talking before about, what do I want for my birthday? And one of the things I love about this platform, hi from Italy. Hi, Italy. Hi from Florida. Jen's up there in New Jersey. One of the things I love best about this platform, StreamYard, to go live on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube, is the idea of literally putting our heads together about all kinds of things. And I love knowing what's inside your head about your favorite quotes. And I'd love your best birthday advice. What is resonating for you? I'd love to know. Jen, you had a couple of thoughts about this, right?
So they say that we were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? Obviously. I think that's because we are meant to listen to people a little bit more and use this to be kinder when we talk to people. The world could use a little bit more of a hug and a little bit more kindness.
I would agree with that. Who agrees with that? I think this pandemic, what we saw, we just did B2A virtual. Bree was with us. Bree, so happy you're here. And we did the class last Thursday and Friday. And what I was struck by from hearing the stories and the honesty of our students is just how much stress and anxiety there is in the world, and how the humans of our world who are feeling that stress and the anxiety are acting out about it. And that goes for managers and leaders who could definitely use your lesson, Jen, about listening more, about the whole the hybrid situation and how we're going to go back, and also being kinder. That's what I think. So I think we have a couple quotes up there.
Yes. Sharon, one of her favorite quotes by Rhonda Victor. She's a coach in Canada. Her mantra, breathe, notice, choose.
Just take some time.
Yep.
Take it in. Yeah. We've got this 24/7 nonstop thing going. I thank you, Sharon. That was awesome. Welcome to Monique is here. That's cool. That's so fun. And Latricia, get so many friends in from all over the world. What was that last party? Was that Denise Buckelman?
Sorry. Yeah. Life should not only be lived, it should be celebrated. Bring on the balloons and the fine china.
Absolutely. Oh, my son and daughter-in-law sent me these beautiful flowers today. So beautiful and so happy. And Madison too, of course. Madison is 2 years old.
I'm sure Madison was the deciding factor. She probably picked it all out.
Yeah, well, pink is her favorite color.
Yeah.
Robert and I are leaving for a break tomorrow to the ocean. I'm a beach girl. The ocean is my happy place. So I went ahead and rented us a small, very modest, but oceanfront condo for a few days. Nothing big, nothing elaborate, but what it has is no space between me and the sand and the ocean. So that will be a place for reflection. I'm late. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. And you are not too late. I appreciate the birthday wishes. It's, today is Bastille Day in France, that they celebrate today. Today is the anniversary of the storming of the Bastille. That it is the French Independence Day. So I love knowing that, because, the Statue of Liberty that was given to America by France is my favorite symbol. I just love her. I go to her as often as I can. Mm-hmm. What other comments do we have, Jen?
I'm not sure who this is. Simply treat others the way you desire to be treated. Mm-hmm. Follow your gut. Live your life with no regrets. Live each day like it's last. One day you will be right. Yeah.
Because no one knows when our expiration date is, right? And my goodness, if this last year and a half has taught us anything from the pandemic, is that you just never know. So I think that's really good advice. So whoever, well, thank you. I'm glad you like the pink. It's also my favorite color. Mm-hmm. I was wearing something purple this morning when Maddie and her parents called me, and in her 2-year-old voice said, Grandma's wearing purple too. The cutest things that make you happy, having your 2-year-old tell you happy birthday. So taking vacation is super important. I have to say I'm concerned about some of the things I'm hearing out in the workplace because of, the hybrid situation. I'm concerned that assistants are somehow not going to be able to take a real vacation. And when you do, can you unplug and have real backup? Please tell me, what are you doing? Where are you going? And do you have backup? Because if we don't, I really think we have an opportunity in these next months, as the world and companies come back into the office, that we have a real opportunity here to make some changes in the workplace to make sure there's backup. At Breathe to a Virtual last week, the majority of assistants who were with us did not have proper backup for when they go on vacation. So they're all working. Most of them are working on vacation. And it's not that I'm not going to work a little bit on vacation, but I'm going to mostly not. What other comments? My Bastille baby is 19 today. Okay, Donna, happy birthday to your Bastille baby. Wow. Summer babies. We never got to have parties in school. When your birthday is July 14th, that's the thing about being a summer kid. No parties in school.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Oh, very true. Very true.
Other comments, Jen?
Dusty. Yes, Dusty. I love this one. People forget what you say. People forget what you do, but people never forget the way you make them feel. Bonnie, you help make assistants feel seen, heard, and offer solutions to critical challenges we experience.
You're making me tear up, Dusty. Thank you. Thank you for seeing what I'm working to do. It is very gratifying when what I'm doing is actually perceived correctly by others. And I see a lot that's broken, and I see much that needs to be fixed. And you know what's really cool is that the assistants of the world, like you, Dusty, and like so many of you on this call, I saw Marion's name, and Monique's name and Adrienne, is that you're making changes, is that you are taking action and talking with your leaders and making your case. We did a meeting yesterday with our BTUA on-demand students, and it was very cool that a few of our students there had made their business case, to lobby for, to advocate for a new title, new money, new job description, and they're getting it. That's what's so cool. They're getting it, which I totally love.
Fantastic. Adrian's telling us, so no backup. My managers actually try to manage their calendar while I'm away. Wow. When I come back, all the emails just say to wait for Adrian to get back.
Yeah. And you know what? I think we can do this better. I think, Adrian, and all of you, I think there's a better way. Years ago, Adam is 33 now, but when he was 13, I remember we took a family trip to Williamsburg, Virginia, one of those touristy vacations. And I remember I didn't have backup. I worked so hard to, get everything ready before I went that I was putting in really long hours. I was exhausted. And true story, on day one, when we arrived in Williamsburg, Virginia, I had a fever and I felt terrible and I felt different than anything else I had ever felt when I was sick. And I said to my husband at the time and my son, I said, you guys have to take me to the hospital. And I went to the hospital. I had 103 fever and double pneumonia.
Oof.
Double pneumonia. In fact, when Monique was on last week about workaholism, in my head, I was thinking about that story and sitting there and saying, you have pneumonia in both your lobes, both my lungs. And you know what the doctor said to me is that you don't catch pneumonia, you develop pneumonia.
Oh, goodness.
Because I was so run down, because I was so depleted that I developed pneumonia. And then I was on heavy duty antibiotics and I was able to enjoy Williamsburg a little bit. And then when I came back, just like Adrian said, I had this avalanche of email and work. And looking back, I'm like, no, there had to have been a better way. Can we figure this out? But, as we said on B2AOD, HR is not going to solve that one for us. Leaders are not going to solve that for us. Assistants need to collaborate with one another and solve it for one another if we are going to have proper backup. And I would say, given, the pandemic we just lived through and the uncertainty of, what tomorrow is going to bring, I think it is the responsible thing to do to have proper backup. It's irresponsible to not, it would seem to me. So,
yeah. Having someone to shadow you. And Mariana, I agree with Dusty. Bonnie showed me the importance and confidence in the workplace and speaking up.
Couldn't have done it without her. Well, Mariana, whatever it takes, I am so happy to have been the catalyst. And, as many of you have heard me say, you're looking at a woman who, when I teach, you get the benefit of my thousands of dollars of therapy. And one of the things the therapist said is that once, as Mariana saying that she is speaking up, once you start speaking up, it's almost impossible to turn it off. It's kind of like a faucet that once it's hard to get it going, but once it is, Jen, you found that for yourself, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's a true thing, right?
Very true.
Marcy
Very true.
Weinstein.
Liberating. Yeah.
Marcy's comment on the screen, and then Sharon's.
Hey, Mary.
Oh, hey, Mary.
Yay.
Marcy Weinstein, I know for a million years from New York Celebrity Assistants.
Here we go.
We started NYCA, New York Celebrity Assistants, in 1996. Oh, thank you, Marcy. That's so kind of you. And it's I think most of you would agree that friends and colleagues who know you for a really long time are so valuable. They're like gold. They're treasures to me because people like Marcy, saw the start and, was at the beginning. When people are at the beginning, the people who have a very special place in my heart are the ones who understood what like Vicki and I were trying to do at the beginning of B2A. And, we were just little babies and had a dream. Hey, Ruth Ann, great to see you. Sharon Summerfield had kind of a link.
Yes. Sharon said very well said.
Thank you. But I think a little.
Oh, yes.
I know it's a hard thing, Jen. Having backup is extremely important, first in the place of being able to take downtime. And from the perspective of creating succession planning and investing in others, we need to find ways to create space to step away from work as part of our cultures to invest in our well-being. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Sharon. And you've been in the biz for a really long time. What I'm painfully aware of, though, is that in general, it's not happening in companies. And that is because our leaders have not deemed it a priority, coupled with the fact that we as assistants have not been speaking to the nature of it, to how much it is a priority. So only you know how high a price you're paying for not having proper backup and having, work be in your brain all the time. There's a lot of talk these days about well-being and health and mental health and emotional health. Time is flying, and even if you've been doing this a long time, if you decide today's the day that a change has got to happen, then that's great. Better late than never. And I say there's never a bad time to make a change if a change is needed.
Absolutely.
And whatever that means about backup and vacations. But summertime is traditionally vacation time. And in fact, we are taking the next 4 weeks off, Jen and I. And so we're going to be back on Wednesday, August 18th. And we're going to put out some replays from some of our most popular Heads Together shows. I'll tell you, I don't know, maybe you want to put in the chat what some of yours were, but we were thinking about replaying the one about hourly versus salary. That seemed to hit a real nerve. What other kinds of comments do we have?
Let's see. Very happy you're taking a vacation. Yes. Somebody, I'm not sure who this is. Companies run so lean, they really think it's a better investment to not build in backup. Even with providing ROI, it's not a priority for them.
Yeah, I read what you're saying. And I still think there's a case to be made that what they're not seeing, there's that saying, you don't know what you don't know. And I wonder if, there are so many assistants to CEOs, for example, who are the only one assistant in the CEO's office. And those assistants often work when they're sick. They rarely take a vacation, or when they do, they're taking work on vacation with them. We heard from on Be the Ultimate Assistant on Demand yesterday, one of our students shared that she supports the CEO, and she was the only one until she was in, what did she say, Jen? She was in a serious car accident? Is that it? I think she was in a serious car accident, which was emergency surgery. And
emergency surgery, yeah.
Emergency surgery, and she couldn't be there. And that sent the office into chaos. And that was the catalyst for getting backup, for creating a plan. It took an emergency. And so if I would hope that leaders would not want it to get to that point. Isn't there a cost-effective way to do it so that we're not burning people out and we're actually caring and putting action into caring about our people.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like there's a
whatever happened to bringing in temps? I mean, I know I'm dating myself here, but
it's a trust factor. I'm open to many comments, and temps are still being used, but judiciously. Yeah, it is a trust issue. The leader, can't blame them for trying, saying, I only want this person to be looking at my email and looking at my stuff. Well, they might want that, but they might not be able to have it 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. There has to be a better way, if we deem that there should be. Marion is saying anything with Monique. Yes, I think we're definitely going to rerun that workaholic show. My goodness, the replay, I think, is over 1,500 views on LinkedIn at the moment. It's so good.
Powerful and powerful, important stuff.
Very powerful and important stuff. What else? Thank you for the vacation. I'm just looking forward to doing a whole lot of nothing at the beach and, some pleasure reading, which I don't get to do very often. And I think most of I'm writing a new book and I'm in the home stretch and I'm really excited about it. I'm very excited about this next year, actually. I think, I wake up every day and the world is endlessly interesting to me. It seems that there's a lot of work to be done, really good work to be done together. Mm-hmm. Especially if we can continue to share information with each other on platforms like this one, for which I'm so grateful that we do this every week, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fun. Lynn says, bring Libby Moore back. All right, you'll get the replay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What does Mary have to say?
Mary said I've made an EA a career, and I used to say I'm a 24/7 EA. While that is still true, I now add, when you're on vacation or on our downtime, I will plan my vacation too. Please let me know who you would like me to identify as backup. Brava.
Interesting. And then I hope maybe you have an idea or two about who might be good backup, because leaders are often, that's a great question to ask them if they actually have an answer. But yay, good for you. I mean, this whole notion of being on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Some of you may know the name Rosemarie Terenzio, and Rosemarie worked for JFK Jr. right up until when he died in the plane crash. And she wrote a fabulous book called Fairy Tale Interrupted about her time working with John. And she tells an unforgettable story about how she comes from a big Italian family, and she was at Christmas dinner, and half hour into dinner, John called and he had an emergency. So she goes to the kitchen and handles the situation. And before she knows it, a lot of time had gone by. She was still solving the problem. And by the time she got back to the dining room where dinner was over, everybody was cleaning up, and her family was pretty upset with her. So she vowed then that that's not going to happen again. And, we all I had those moments too, working with Olivia Dukakis, and that's why we talk about these things at BTUA. Good. Well, I hope you all. Ruth Ann has a quote. Here's a good book to pick up.
Here's a good book. If you have not, Carpe Diem.
Seize the day.
Yes.
That's a heck of a name. I never heard of him before. Thank you, Ruth Ann. Love these recommendations from all of you. I'm going to write down Libby by popular demand. Get her back. Libby will love knowing that. So, yeah, this next year, let's lots to look forward to. There's a lot of uncertainty in this workplace as we move forward. And we're going to continue to talk about the issues that rise up on this show on Heads Together. Looking ahead into August, we already have a couple of guest speakers booked. We're going to be talking about money some more. And,
excuse me.
We have a surprise guest. Oh, hi. Oh, thank you. Oh, my
Happy
birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom.
Happy birthday
to you.
Thank you. Oh, Adam. Everybody has met Adam Kremen, my son, just talking about you. Hi, Adam.
Hi, everybody. Sorry to crash the party.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh, you guys know me so well. The chocolate, and everybody knows Robert Sanders. There he is. My birthday balloon. Oh, Madison would be really envious, right, Adam?
She's currently sleeping, so I didn't sing it full volume.
You have my horrendous voice.
Well, this is my first birthday without talking with Olympia Dukakis on the phone. We would always talk on each of our birthdays. She was a June birthday and right near Robert's. And so I'm missing her and feeling her with me. And just, every year is a little different, right? And
Thank you.
So I'm going to work to make her proud. Adam, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. So glad. Happy birthday, Mama.
Oh, thank you, honey.
We'll see you soon in person.
Can't wait till next year.
What? Oh, he's excited about Medicare. But there's one other piece of news, and I think I mentioned it last week. The other thing I'm working on in this coming year is that I'm now working with the Wharton School of Business, the dean's office, and working with their team and helping them. So pretty excited about doing that work and doing that with several universities, but that's the latest one. So it's just more information to bring to this group and to talk through what is really happening in the workplace. Adam, you've had big news this week.
No.
No.
Your baby.
Just my kid being amazing. That's big stuff going on these days.
All right. Well, you know what? I think this is a great note to end on. We're going to be taking a month break. We'll be back on Wednesday, August 18th. We're taking 4 weeks off. You can certainly email Jen, email me. Questionable how quickly you'll get the response. Low-Kramen.com. Please go to betheultimateassistant.com for lots of resources and information on our upcoming classes. Vicki Evans and I will be in Houston on September 22, 23, 24 with Mary Alanese and a whole bunch of great assistants who are coming together live in Houston. Thank you. We're going back live. And then we're going to be with Julie Kavanaugh and the team doing BTUA in Colorado Springs in November 10, 11, and 12. So we hope you will consider being with us. Robert, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Adam, thank you so much for being here.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Dad, thank you, honey. And thank each and every one of you for listening, for joining us from all over the world. I'm beyond grateful, and I look forward to picking up again in August. Oh, Angelica Canales is here. We have an all-star attendance today. I'm sending you all much love and wishes for your own vacation and a great rest of the summer. You know how to find me.
Yep. Go relax, Bonnie.
Yeah, time for vacation and an ice cream sundae tonight. I've been dreaming about an ice cream sundae for 2 weeks. So I'm having it.
It's happening.
All right. We'll see everybody in
It's happening.
4 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.